Welcome to Gardening with Ben, the podcast where we dig into the soil of our gardens and the depths of our green thumbs. I'm your host Ben, here to guide you through the joys of gardening from sowing seeds to reaping bountiful harvests. Each episode will explore tips, tricks and tales from the garden and allotment, sharing insights from ourselves and stories from our own back garden adventures. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting your hands dirty for the first time, there's something here for everyone. So grab your brew and gardening gloves and let's get growing with Gardening with Ben. Welcome to a fresh and floundering new year on Gardening with Ben as we turn the soil on a new beginning. Let's plant seeds of hope and growth for the year ahead. I'm Ben, your guide through the evergreen journey of gardening. This year we'll cultivate not just our gardens but our passion, knowledge and connection with nature. Whether you're starting your first pot plant or tending to an abundant garden, this is the perfect time for new beginnings. So let's get our hands dirty, hearts full as we embark on another year of growth and discovery. Welcome to Gardening with Ben in 2024. So this is our brand new year down at the allotment with a brand new episode, brand new series, and yeah, we're gonna get some really good episodes coming out to you. We've been, like I said in our previous episode, we've been off the grid for the last year, hardly done any podcast episodes or social media side of things, but we're gonna start getting it ramped back up and get it back out there because I've had so many messages over the last year. People like saying, "Where have you been? Where are you, Ben? We miss your podcasts, we miss your posts, we miss your live streams on Facebook." But yep, we are going to fetch it all back and we're going to come back with a bang. It's going to be a good year for 2024. So make sure you stay tuned and stay up to date with all our episodes because we're going to be bringing you as much information as possible. So if you've not hit that subscribe button on these podcasts, make sure you hit the subscribe button and then you'll get notified when new podcasts come up and you can listen at your own enjoyment, whether it's down at the allotment or whether you're having your brew or whether you're just walking the dog. You can listen to Gardening with Ben, or even if you want to get to sleep, you can listen to Gardening with Ben. I have had comments saying that I've got a soothing voice, so it does get you off to sleep. So yes, let's get on with 2024. So it's all about new beginnings. You'll often see people posting saying, "New year, new me, fresh start, fresh new year." And yeah, the same goes for gardening in that you need to forget everything what happened in the last year. If you've had a bad year, forget it all. It's a new year. It's time to try again and see how well you get on. And I often do that. Some years I have a really bad year and I'll think, I just want to forget the last year. We're going to start from scratch. We're going to start again and we're going to have a fantastic year this year. And it's good to start the year with enthusiasm. I've been posting lots of pictures of me doing work on my allotment throughout the winter, and people have been commenting saying that I haven't got the enthusiasm like you have, Ben, to get started. But once you get started and get that mindset going, you can get back into that gardening. And trust me, the more time you spend on it through winter getting it all ready for the springtime, the less you'll have to do. And you can concentrate on sowing all them seeds when it comes to springtime. So it's time to get motivated, people. Time to get started. Let's take action, get in them gardens, and get gardening. Unless it's snowing. I have pre-recorded this episode, so I don't know what the weather forecast is at the moment. So yes, please do get out in them gardens and get enjoying the fresh air again. So our plans for 2024 on our allotment. As you know, I have been doing lots and lots of improvements on the plot. So much work is going off. It's like making it into a brand new allotment again. Revamping it all and rebuilding it all from scratch. I literally took my shed back to its core and put new plastic on the sides, rebuilt all the shelving inside, fix the roof, what were broken. I have to do that again because another sheet's broken. But we'll get that fixed and we'll get that sorted, so don't worry about that. That's an easy enough job. So we've done our improvements on his shed. We've done his improvements on his fruit garden, which I mentioned in one of my previous episodes. That looks fantastic now, and that's all ready for growing this year. I've still got some improvements to do on my strawberry bed area. We've got to plant all his strawberry runners, what we've been taking off last year, which we've potted up, which we're going to get loads more strawberries next year. I'm looking forward to that. I've got my new seating area where I can sit back, relax, enjoy the sunshine and listen to the birds. I wish there's always plenty to be doing on the plot rather than sitting back. One day I will be able to just go down and sit for the day and listen to it all. But that is one day. We can only hope and pray that we can get there. But the way I'm get cracking on the plot, I'll soon be there. I'll soon be able to sit back and relax, trust me. So we've got all the improvements, and then we've got the improvements on the main shed area, main plot area, where I'm growing all my fruit and vegetables this year. I'm trying to improve the soil as well. I'm digging in lots of compost and nutrients and uh, manure and stuff like that just to get it back up and healthy, and yeah, hopefully get better crops. It's going to cost a lot of money to do each square bed what I'm doing, but hopefully once I've done it, it should last for a few years. I've not done any nutrition on my beds since I've had my plot in the 16 years that I've had it. So some vegetables struggle to grow well and stuff like that. So the more we can add nutrients in and freshness into the soil, hopefully we'll get some good crops coming up this year. So fingers crossed we might get some bountiful crops coming from the allotment. So that's the improvements what I'm planning on doing. Yeah, it's going to look fantastic. So stay tuned for all the pictures on Instagram and make sure you're following it, Gardening with Ben, and you'll be able to see all the pictures that we post on there. One thing I want to try this year is some new plants and new vegetables. There's always new vegetables coming out. Every year you see different new varieties coming out, and something I like to do is try different things every year. One year I tried purple cauliflowers, and I realised that the purple cauliflowers grew better in my soil than the white ones do, and I had a fantastic crop from the purple ones, so I've stuck with growing purple cauliflowers now. I've also tried growing the yellow beans and the purple beans, uh, which are absolutely delicious. They've grown well on my plot. I've done well with them. I've also tried growing different varieties of squash and did fantastic with them. Each year I like to try something new down at my plot. So if you've got any suggestions, send me a message and I'll listen to them. And I want to try new stuff every year. I might even try, wait for this, purple Brussels sprouts. Yes, they'll take all year to grow and they won't be ready till December, November, December time, but they may actually taste nice. I don't like green Brussels sprouts, so I might like purple ones. They'll probably taste the same, but they're probably just purple. But we might give them a try this year. And give them a try and see if we can actually grow some purple Brussels sprouts. So if you have grown purple Brussels sprouts before, please do let me know because I'd like to find out if they actually taste nice. Um, so yeah, we're going to try some different things. And in my previous episode, I did talk about that I'm going to grow a lot of stuff from the seeds from the supermarkets. The tomatoes, I'm going to get the seeds from the tomatoes in the supermarket. Peppers, I might possibly try peppers from the seeds in the supermarkets, but we need to start sowing the peppers early because they take a long time to get growing. So you need to start them nice and early, but they need to be in somewhere nice and warm, like 24 degrees to germinate. So you'll have to start them off indoors, but be careful of them stretching when they're growing because they need the light as well. So keep an eye on that. So yeah, hopefully we're going to try some new stuff next year. We've just got to try and find out what we're going to try. And obviously I'm going to try some new flowers as well. I do like to grow a lot of flowers on my plot now. When I first got my plot, I just used to grow fruit and vegetables, but now I'm getting into growing different flowers down in my plot because I have a big concern of looking after the bees. Because the more bees that we get to the plot, the more that they'll pollinate as fruit, and the bigger crops we'll get from as fruit. So it all works in swings and roundabouts. If you've got an allotment, have flowers because it'll attract the bees and you'll get a bigger crop. It all helps. If you help the bees will help you. So remember that. Grow some flowers this year down on your allotment. I've got lots and lots of spring bulbs planted. The reason for that is because when the bees wake up from hibernation, they are the first things they see and have around for them to be able to get their energy for the year ahead. So I plant loads and loads of spring bulbs and they look absolutely beautiful. So that is one thing that we're doing. And obviously we're going to be trying new ideas down at the plot as well. It's always good to try different things out, different methods, different ways of growing. And I've not got into the no dig method yet. I like to dig. I like to get my hands mucky. I like to dig them roots out. And yeah, I'll still be sticking to the normal method of growing on them, but I'm going to try different methods and ways of growing carrots and stuff like that because I've still not managed to grow a proper carrot yet. Uh, in the 16 years that I've had the plot, but we're gonna get a good carrot this year. Trust me, believe in me. I believe in gardening with Ben. We are going to get a good carrot this year. So we're going to look at different methods of growing stuff as well and see how we get on with that. One thing I'm also looking at doing is trying out different gardening tools and just seeing what they're like. I'll order them obviously myself and just give them a try, see what they're like. There's lots of different types of gardening tools online, and it's just trying to find the best ones for doing the jobs that you need to do. Like I've got a Wolfgarten like digging machine and it just breaks up the soil, it digs up the roots. It's absolutely fantastic and works really, really well. And that is one of the best tools that I purchased. It was like £50 for the head piece, what fits into the handle. But it is one worthy investment and it's one of the best tools that I've got down at the plot. Um, so yeah, we'll look at different tools and stuff like that and talk about that this year. And obviously, one of the things that we like to talk about is step by step advice and tips on growing fruit and vegetables on the allotment. So stay tuned for that. I have got some episodes on here talking of different ways of growing like broad beans and sweet corn, sweet peas, and tips like that. So stay tuned for little tips and advice videos on them, and hopefully, we'll get lots more tips and advice on different vegetable growing for you to try. And yeah, hopefully we're all going to have a bumper crop this year. But like I always say, if you fail, you just try and try again. Do not give up. It's all part of good fun in growing fruit and vegetables, and they taste absolutely delicious. So definitely give everything a try more than once. And one of the main episodes, which I know really does well on this podcast, which I've obviously not done this in the last year. I've let you all down on that side. Is podcasts on what to plant each month, giving you tips and advice on what to start sowing each month. Obviously, it is specific to the UK in general, as I am from the UK, so the information that I get giving advice on what to sow each month is from the UK. Just to remember that as well, and also what jobs need doing in the garden each month. We'll be going through that in an episode. So that will be two fixed episodes every month. What to plant each month and what jobs to do in the garden and an allotment each month. So yeah, we have a lot of plans for the year ahead. Like I say, I hope that you're glad the podcasts are back. It took a lot of motivation and encouragement to get these podcasts back up and running. I could have just left them, and people are still streaming them, even though that I've not been recording them. So new people have been listening to them. But obviously, we want to keep the episodes up so that you keep listening, and hopefully get lots more people joining our little community listening to these episodes. And as I always say, I love to hear from people that have listened to these episodes. Whether you're new, whether you're old, just send me a message on Instagram just to let me know that you've listened to the episode and that you've enjoyed it. And if you've not left a review, if you're on Spotify or Apple, please do leave a review, as the more reviews, it helps get them out there. And I've got quite a lot of good reviews on Spotify and Apple so far. So if you can all hit the review button, that would make my day as well. So yeah, the next episode on these podcasts will be what to plant in January. So make sure you stay tuned for that episode. Hit the subscribe button so it notifies you when the podcast is live. So until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everybody. And that wraps up another episode of Gardening with Ben. Thank you for joining me in this journey. Remember, every seed planted is a step towards a greener world, and every day is a chance to grow something beautiful. Keep nurturing your gardens and your souls. Until next time, I'm Gardening with Ben, reminding you to let your garden be your sanctuary. Happy gardening and see you in the next episode. Remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben.